Is Vergil Ortiz the future of boxing? The future of Golden Boy? Just how bright is his future? We answer that next. Please like and subscribe. Help us hit 10,000 subscribers. Leave us a comment. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Share on all forms of social media. Welcome to another episode of The Hot Stove. 21-year-old blue chip prospect Vergil Ortiz is coming home to Dallas. Actually, he's coming to his actual hometown of Grand Prairie, which is just outside of Dallas. It's in Dallas County. It's where Lone Star Park is, for my Texans who are listening. With all the drama that is going on with Golden Boy, with Ryan Garcia and Canelo having fits and feuds with Oscar and Golden Boy, it is crucially important for Vergil Ortiz. His progression it is critically important to Golden Boy. Good news for Golden Boy is it's absolutely inevitable too. Vergil Ortiz is going to be a world champion. He's going to be a star. I talked to Robert Garcia while he was here for the Ramirez-Hooker fight in Dallas a couple weeks ago, and he'll tell you one story after another about Vergil's incredible work ethic and motivation. He says Robert Garcia, who trains everybody, best trainer in the sport, arguably, says he's the hardest worker he's ever trained. He'll tell you that. The 21-year-old Texan, I'm talking about Vergil Ortiz, is not just immensely talented and powerful and skilled, he's also immensely driven and dedicated. The hardest worker he's ever seen, according to Robert Garcia. If you talk to the people like Golden Boy, anyone who knows him, this kid eats, sleeps, breathes boxing. He's obsessed with it. He's going to be a superstar. With that all-world talent, with the natural God-given abilities and skills that he has, coupled with the work ethic and drive, the kid is a can't miss. So here's the good news. He's a full-time welterweight now. According to his Twitter, I talked to him today, according to his trainer, he's outgrown 140. He's no longer campaigning at 140. He's a welterweight moving forward. And that's great news for Oscar. That's great news for Golden Boy. Vergil Ortiz, it was a combination of him killing himself to make 140 as well as his stablemate and his friend Jose Carlos Ramirez has two of the belts at 140 now, and realistically by year's end, early 2020, let's say, could have all four belts. So it just thought it was best to go to 147 and get a title there. That's good news. That's good news. I know everyone can say, okay, well, 147 is incredibly tough. This kid is that good. Over the last 30 years, outside of the heavyweight division, the welterweight division, 147 pounds, has been the sport's other money division, the other glamour division, especially in America. It's the division where Oscar made a king's ransom. And now his future Golden Boy, the future second coming, is Vergil Ortiz, a Mexican-American, a Dallas Texan, who has all the right stuff, right, to garner a huge following. He'll have the support of the Mexican-American community. He'll have the whole state of Texas behind him. Think of how huge a Spence Garcia fight. Look, the Spence Garcia fight in Cowboy Stadium was massive, right? Ortiz captures both of those fan bases. He has all the makings of a star. He has the knockout power. He has the style. He has the seek and destroy. He goes for the kill. He's got everything you'd want to sell tickets. He's got two natural fan bases that love boxing. This kid is going to not only be a world champion, and he talks about winning titles at 47, and he talks about if he has to chase Errol Spence up to 54, he'll do that. But this kid wants all those fights. He talks about fighting Hooker. There's nothing not to love about the skill set, the work ethic, and the attitude of Vergil Ortiz. He's a fighting champion. He is the future of not just Golden Boy, but he's the future of boxing. If you were to ask me 5 years from now, who will be the face of boxing, right? When Canelo is leaving the spotlight, leaving the shine, who will replace him? Good news for Golden Boy is that answer is Vergil Ortiz. He's the best prospect in the sport. If you had said, who's the best fighter in the world under the age of, let's say, 24? A lot of people say Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson. Most people probably say Teofimo Lopez. The correct answer is Vergil Ortiz. That's the correct answer. He's going to be the best fighter. And he's at 147. He's in the money division. So, look, this fight he has coming up with Orozco, it's actually a high-risk, low-reward kind of fight. Orozco's a good fighter. He's got good names on his resume. He's one of those guys. He'll beat all the guys a notch below and lose to all the most elite fighters. His only loss is to Ramirez, Jose Carlos Ramirez. Lost every round, went the distance with him. But he's got wins over, tier 2 guys. Kendrick Gibson, Steve Forbes, Emmanuel Taylor, Miguel Acosta, guys like that. Not great names, but solid names. The only loss, like I said, is to Ramirez. It's a one-sided fight, but he went down with a fight, and he toughed it out and went the distance. With a real, he's a real solid fighter. Now, if Ortiz can get him out, that will speak volumes of his power and skill. It would strongly suggest that the 21-year-old is ready. If he can get him out when Ramirez couldn't, and we saw what Ramirez did to Hooker, think about that. This kid's power and skill is going to be too much for a lot of people, even at 47. So how do we get him to start him? Right? Orozco's a good fighter, but he isn't a name. His name's not really there. Outside of hardcores, I don't know how many of y'all know Antonio Orozco. Good fighter, though. He's already destroyed... Ortiz has already destroyed Mauricio Herrera on a Canelo card, right? On the biggest fight of his life, on the biggest card of the year, Canelo Jacobs at the T-Mobile in Las Vegas, right? The biggest card of the year. This was the co-main event, and the kid gave his best performance on his biggest stage. That's who he is, right? He performs better in the big situations. So what's next? If he gets, let's say he gets the knockout. He's already got the knockout over Herrera, and Herrera beat Danny Garcia. I'd say arguably, but everyone knows Herrera beat Danny Garcia. That's Danny Garcia, two-weight division world champion. Ortiz absolutely disposed of him. So where do we go next? How do we make him a star? So we'd have a win over Herrera, and then have a win over Orozco. Two solid names. Not overwhelming names, though. So here's the plan. Here's the blueprint plan. If I'm playing matchmaker for Vergil Ortiz, I call up Eddie, do it on the zone, get him Amir Khan. Let him pummel Amir Khan, stop Amir Khan within a couple of rounds quicker than Terrence Crawford did. Okay? That will do worlds. That will do wonders for his name brand and his recognition. After that, give him Saddam Ali. You have Saddam Ali. If you're Oscar, you have Saddam Ali. His best days are behind him. Ali's never really going to turn into what you had hoped. He's just not as good as advertised. I'm not saying he's a bad guy or a bad fighter. He's not there. Let Vergil Ortiz knock him out. So then you have Khan and Saddam Ali under your belt. Two names that everyone knows. And neither of those names really made you break a sweat. Those fights are probably easier than Orozco, but the names are much better. Then give him Kell Brook. And that's the plan, right? And eventually, you're going to build up that name. You're going to give him so many of those names. He beats Khan, Ali, Brook. On top of Orozco and Herrera, you have a healthy, lengthy resume at 22 years old. At that point, he's ready. You can throw him in with the Sean Porters, the Keith Thurmans. You can send him over to PBC and be confident that he'll come back with a world title. If you think I'm being hyperbolic, if you think I'm overrating it, just watch. Just watch this kid. I'm telling you, he's the best prospect in boxing today. And he's coming along at just the right time. Like, I know Golden Boy's having problems with Ryan Garcia. And I don't know what's going to happen of that. Ryan Garcia seems like he's unhappy. He's underpaid. The problem is, he's not that good. Or at least he's not ready yet. Like, think about this. Ryan Garcia is not even the best prospect that they have at 135. That's Hector Tanajera. So, just keep that in mind. And again, I know he's a sensation. He's a YouTube star. He's a Twitter star. He's an Instagram star. I get all that with King Ryan. He's a great dude. He's not ready yet. He's a year or two away from being a year or two away. Which is okay. Because he's only 20, right? So if he's 6 years away, 5 years away, it's okay. He'll still be a relatively young champion. He's just not there yet. Vergil Ortiz is there now at just the right time. Oscar Golden Boy feud is going to be fine. I mean, the Oscar Canelo feud is going to be fine. Canelo's not going anywhere. There's too much money. They've made too much money together for them to separate. Right? Canelo just signed the richest contract in the history of professional sports with Oscar. Now, I don't know what the future holds after this contract is up, but they're not going anywhere for a while. So that gives Oscar plenty of time. And he doesn't need plenty of time because Vergil's already there. He's a superstar just waiting to be, he's that diamond. Just someone needs to notice it. But the skills, the power, the rank, everything is there. He's the future of the welterweight division. He really is. Let me know what you guys think. How important is this fight? How important is this fight for Vergil Ortiz? Does he need a knockout? Does he need to look spectacular? Does he just need to get a win? And then what's next, knowing that he's at 147? The other question I want you guys to comment on is, how important is this fight to Golden Boy? With all that's going on with Canelo, all that's going on with King Ryan Garcia, how important is the progression and the stardom of Vergil Ortiz? How important is he to that Golden Boy brand in turning around their fortunes and keeping them more than afloat, but keeping them thriving? Let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts, comments below for another episode of. I'm sorry, for another episode of The Hot Stove. From Texas to the world, this is 3D Boxing saying thank you and God bless.
Enjoy 3D Boxing vlog videos? Show us some love by clicking the like button. Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3dboxingvlog.com is also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.